Hey everybody, welcome to the WrestleTuber. This is the one and only WrestleTuber. Thank you for joining me here today. If this is your first time, welcome, fellow wrestling fans, fellow sports entertainment fans. Please comment, rate, and share. Subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. Elimination Chamber this week. First off, this is the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania. The road to WrestleMania officially begins on Monday after Elimination Chamber. So now let's look at what the card is going to be. But before we do that, wanted to inform you that the ratings are in for last week's Raw, which were altogether 3.1 for the entire 3 hour broadcast. So let's run down the card for the Elimination Chamber this Sunday. Be sure to watch, give me your predictions, and I'll give you mine. So here's the match card. We have this is at New Orleans Arena in New Orleans, Louisiana. This is where WrestleMania 29 will be. No, I'm sorry, WrestleMania 30 will be. Excuse me. So, match card. The main event will be The Rock versus CM Punk WWE Championship match. No champion's advantage for The Rock. So if he gets disqualified or counted out, he does not retain the championship. Alberto Del Rio versus Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship match. This feud has been going on for way too long. They had a last man standing match, and it's still going on. Usually matches like that or a steel cage match would mean that the program has ended and they're going to feud with somebody else. But not in this case. They're still going at it. So let's see what happens there. The Elimination Chamber match. This year there's only one Elimination Chamber match featuring Chris Jericho versus That's What I Do, Mark Henry versus the Viper, Randy Orton versus Jack Swagger versus Daniel Bryan versus Kane. And this is to become the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, quite intriguing as to what's happening here. Jack Swagger has returned with a new manager. Mark Henry has returned and continues to decimate people, and because that's what he does. John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus versus The Shield. This is a tag team match, quite intriguing. They want to keep the intrigue of Sheamus and, of course, Super Cena, and at the same time not have the Shield lose or anything like that. So let's see what happens. Women's match, Divas Championship match, I should say. Caitlyn versus Tamina Snuka. I didn't even know this match was on. So who knows? There's no build up to this. I don't know how many divas are left in the WWE. Doesn't seem that many. Antonio Cesaro versus The Miz, United States Championship. So that should be an interesting match. And the newly formed tag team of the Dancing Fat Guys, Brodus Clay and Tensai versus Team Rhodes Scholars. This is actually the pre-show tag team match. So this will be on YouTube. So please be sure to check this out. Now, the Elimination Chamber is quite interesting here because many intriguing possibilities are there. Will the Big Show and Del Rio feud end? Or what is going to happen with the Shield? Um, will Rock retain the WWE Championship and continue to remain a part-time champion? Or will it be John Cena and The Rock at WrestleMania for Once in a Lifetime Part 2? So here are my predictions. So from for the pre-show where the tag team of Brodus Clay and Tensai versus Team Rhodes Scholars. I believe Brodus Clay and Tensai will win, and dissension will be created amongst Team Rhodes Scholars. But I think Team Rhodes Scholars are great. I don't know why they would want to break them up, although they already have to a degree, but they're still best friends. And Brodus Clay and Tensai need a tag team name. Okay, so Antonio Cesaro versus The Miz. On Raw, Antonio Cesaro, on Raw, Antonio Cesaro dismantled The Miz by spinning him around and bashing him into the barricades, which was quite impressive. On his ROH days, he used to do that to midgets, but the Miz was no midget. He was the Miz. Now, next up is Caitlyn versus Tamina Snuka. By the way, I think the winner will be Antonio Cesaro. They're pushing him to the moon. I think in 2014 he may even win the World Championship or the WWE Heavyweight Championship. Now on to so my picks so far are Brodus Clay and Tensai, Antonio Cesaro versus over the Miz, and with Caitlyn and Tamina Snuka, I think it'll be Tamina Snuka. I think she will prove too powerful for Caitlyn and will defeat Caitlyn. John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus versus the Shield. This is quite an important match. This is to keep. They want to keep the Shield strong. They do not want the Shield to lose. But they have Ryback, Sheamus, and John Cena. I see Sheamus taking the pinfall, while Ryback and John Cena still looking strong, but the Shield make quite a name for themselves. Now, the one and only Elimination Chamber match: Chris Jericho versus Mark Henry versus Randy Orton versus Jack Swagger versus Daniel Bryan versus Kane for the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think out of all these contenders, the final two, or the remaining, the winner will be Mark Henry. The reason I say this is because this past week on Raw, not only he decimated Hornswoggle, but he first decimated the Great Khali, Antonio Cesaro, and then now Mark Henry put the boots to the Great Khali, and of course Mark Henry did that because that's what he does. What does he do? That's what he does. That's what he does. So Mark Henry will be the winner of the Elimination Chamber. Next up, Alberto Del Rio versus the Big Show World Heavyweight Championship. This is quite an intriguing match because the feud is going on. I think the feud will continue. I think Alberto Del Rio, because he recently became a face and a champion, will continue to reign. So he will retain the championship. And because ultimately Alberto Del Rio needs to WWE needs him for the Latin audience, so he could be a contender or a fighting challenger and continue to face Big Show if the Big Show wins. But I frankly think Alberto Del Rio will win, and the feud will continue to WrestleMania, and hopefully that's where it'll end. And the main event, The Rock versus CM Punk WWE Championship match. Again, no champion's advantage for The Rock, so count out or disqualification, and if Rock gets counted out or disqualified, CM Punk will win. So I predict that it will be The Rock. The Rock will come out as champion because, again, it's The Rock, of course, and he's going to be in a total media blitz afterwards. The WWE needs him to do that. They need to become more mainstream, which is their push for so long. And not only that, they have to have John Cena versus the excuse me, The Rock at WrestleMania 29. Now, what's intriguing here is that if CM Punk loses, what will happen? Will he try and get in the match between The Rock and John Cena, which would be good, especially if he doesn't have anybody to work with? For example, The Undertaker. Will The Undertaker show up and cost CM Punk the match? Undertaker has been rumored to come. When is he going to come? Where is he going to come from? So let's see what happens. So that's my predictions for the Elimination Chamber. Tell me what you think. Let me know what your thoughts and predictions are. And please comment, rate, and share. Subscribe. Thank you very much.